Right, so this webinar is recorded and I will send you the recording and the presentation and some material to you after the meeting. And first of all, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to today's Battery Box product training. And I'm so honored to do the presentation and thanks David for organizing this event. So have a look at our agenda today. The first one is about I want to introduce the BYD company, and beside that, our focusing on the BYD battery box. So I will give some reasons why our clients want to use our BYD battery box. And this last part is some questions has been wrapped up. So the first part is about BYD. And here is the latest news that we released by the BYD company in the last week, I think, that our company published our revenue of the 2021. So for the whole year of the last year, our revenue reached to 34 billion USD. So year over year increased by 55%. So I believe that in this year, we're gonna list in the Fortune Global 500 company. Yep. So besides we are multi-billion company, we are also a multinational company because we located in Shenzhen, China, but we have 8 manufacturing sites globally, and we got 400 offices, more than 70 countries. Yep. And I have a quick look at our 4 major industries. The first one is auto. I would like to say it's take about a half of our company revenue. And the second one is rail transit. And our goal is no pollution, no congestion. So we release the electric car and release the rail transit to release the city traffic jam. And the second biggest business is about the new energy. That we are the world leading battery manufacturer, and we also can provide a PV panel and etc. And the last one is about the electronics. That we are the OEM and ODM manufacturer. That in the world, I'm so glad to say that in the world that we manufacture 20% of smartphone. Yeah. So about the auto, that we are the first Chinese electrical brand to join the 1 million club. That it means that we sold more than 1 million electrical vehicles for the past several years. Actually, we started our electrical vehicle business since 2008, and yeah, we are the world leading electrical vehicle manufacturer. And we are the #1 electric vehicle sales manufacturer for the past 9 consecutive years in China. Because that we have the green transportation system, that we want to release the electric vehicles to control the pollution, and we want to use the rail transit to control the urban traffic congestion. Besides that, our goal is to cooling down the Earth by 1 degree. So that's the point why we can do such a. So our business is about the electricity. Yeah. So clean energy. And besides the besides the electrical vehicles, that we also can have some commercial bus, some lift fork, and rail transit. So talk about the battery production capacity for this year, that we got more than, I think we are still planning some sites globally. So manufacturing sites globally, and we have already got 100 gigawatt hour capacity, production capacity put into production. Besides that, we also have 150 gigawatt hour planning, and is still building it. So we are the battery expert. Besides that, we have the end-to-end chain layout, that from the minus lithium iron phosphate, all of our battery use the lithium iron phosphate, because lithium iron phosphate is the safest battery cell used for the residential and commercial, right? So we have developed our own chemistry, and we have some cell BMS module and even pack, also designed and researched and also manufactured by BYD. Yeah. Compared with other competitors, some small players in the market, that we got our battery 100% per manufactured by ourselves. Yeah. So today, this content is where we are focusing on why our customer want to choose our BYD battery box. First of all, our battery box premium series, which you can purchase from Davy, from Solarhive, is the third generation product. We're in the back to the 2015 that we released first modular design battery to the market. And since that time, after 2 years, we released our third generation, and our market share in the globe began to raise. I think for last year, according to the UPD research, that we are the first one battery manufacturer in European market. Yep. So talk about some BYD battery box achievement, that we are top one brand awareness according to the UPD research in 2020. That BYD is the most well-known battery storage manufacturer among the battery system owners. So besides the end users, that we are also the #1 choice from the installer partners, according to the BV magazine, right? And Woog magazine said that we are leading the European residential energy storage market of 2020, and for the 2021, we also the #1 in the European market. And besides the European market, that we are doing pretty well also in the Australia market. Because in Australia we are the top 2, battery manufacturer. So this is why we can get such a excellent achievement, because we are the battery experts. Yes. According to the energy storage inspection, that our battery with some inverter brands, we have got the #1 efficiency test. Yeah. So here is our battery lineup for the residential market in Southeast Asia. For the high voltage battery, we have HVS and HVM. Currently, the HVM is on stock. For the HVS, we're gonna arriving in May. Yeah. So for low voltage battery, we have LVS. So firstly, let's talk about something about the high voltage battery, the HVS and the HVM. Here's the configuration of one battery system. The minimum requirement for the module number of HVS is 2. So you can have the one system consists of, firstly, you need to purchase a BCU and base, and then choose the right module numbers. So each module equal to 2.56 kilowatt hours usable energy, and the voltage of the HVS is 102.4 volt. So the system of one tower is from the 4.1 kilowatt hours. The series number, the system series number also means the usable energy. You can have 2 modules. You consist of one HVS 5.1 system. So the 5.1 kilowatt hours usable energy you can use. And also you can have 5 modules to consist of one HVS 12.8, which means that you can get 12.8 kilowatt hours usable energy. And also the maximum usable energy of HVS, you can have 3 parallel HVS 12.8 to consist of 36 kilowatt hours usable energy. So here's the one HVS system consists of So the first one is the BCU, battery control unit, and base has the base, and then the modules, the HVS modules. Yep. So you can have one system. It's very simple, right? For the HVM, the module usable energy is much. It's about 0.2 kilowatt hours more than the HVS. But the requirement of the module number is also you need 3 modules. It consists of 1 tower, and also the HVM means the medium, right? So the usable energy for HVM is much higher than HVS. Yep. So the maximum usable energy of HVM is 66. That usable energy. Again, the same configuration with the HVS. So the same BCU and base, but the module is different. Here is the HVM modules. So the one modules of HVM has 2.76 kilowatt hours usable energy, and the volt, as pay attention to there. The volt is it's a half. It's a half compared with HVS. So what's the difference between the HVS and the HVM? So the HVS, back to this slide, the voltage is doubled than HVM. So the HVS is kind of a powerful battery. Yeah. But the HVM is like a battery with more usable energy, with more capacity. Yeah, here's the difference. And before install the choose your battery, you can also check the compatible inverter list can be downloaded on our website. Yeah, and this list you can find which inverter can be compatible with our battery. I just take SMA for example. That for you need to check whether you are used for the single tower or parallel connection. So you need to check the BMU and BMS, the version. Yeah, and then you need to have a look at our module quality. So if you want to use the SMA new inverter, SMA triple power, for example, so you can check there. So the SMA triple power, you need to have 2 modules, the minimum 2 modules at HVS, or the maximum is 5 modules of HVS, or you can have 4 modules of HVM to 8 modules of HVM. So to be honest, the SMA triple power, the new inverter, can be compatible with the whole range of HV series with our battery. So I'm so honored to invite Priya to join our webinar. So hi Priya, can you introduce the technology or something about the SMA true power, the inverter?
Sure. I would.
Right.
Let me just
So
share my screen.
yep, sure.
Can you enable?
Oh yeah,
I'm not
yes.
able to. Yeah.
Right. I set you as the co-host. You can share the screen.
Okay, great. Just let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
You can see it?
Yes.
All right, great. So, this is the new inverter Kyle just introduced. We have different inverters in the residential and commercial segment for just a second. Yeah, a residential and commercial segment for SMA inverters, typically the storage inverters or say battery inverters. So in SMA, we have both the platforms where the storage can be integrated on the AC side. So it can be AC coupled system or it can be a DC coupled system. Today, we are going to look at the DC coupled hybrid inverter where battery and the PV would be coupled on the DC side. So this inverter, we would just see it is called as Smart Energy, Sunny Tri-Power Smart Energy, or STPSE. There are different advantages that this platform will bring is basically it can be integrated seamlessly with full compatibility with other SMA inverters, other SMA energy system platform. You can have reliable and flexible energy supply throughout through the integration of storage functionality. You have a possibility of backup function without any additional external changeover switch. It offers you highest flexibility, and installation and handling everything becomes easy because we are talking about a single unit or inverter over here. So when we talk about system integration, it starts with the designing of the system. So with the help of Sunny Design and also 360 app, you will be able to plan and design your system. There is SMA shade fix installed already in the system. It is there as a part of the standard offering. That means even in case of irregular shades on your rooftops, you'll be able to maximize your yields. With the help of SMA Home Manager, you will be able to achieve even more system integration with other energy management platforms. Like you can have EV chargers, you can have heat pumps, you can control your loads. All that would be possible. Then you have a possibility of using energy apps for monitoring of the systems for the end customers who probably are not technically very well versed with the entire system. The end customer is a normal residential owner. With the help of energy app, he'll be able to monitor his system. Smart connected system, so automatic inverter monitoring will happen. With the registration of the product, you get additional 5 years warranty. So 5 years is the default warranty. With the registration of the product, you get additional warranty for free. So total for this product, you'll get 10 years warranty. And with the help of Sunny Portal and 360 app, total visualization, understanding how much is the battery charge, how much is the solar generating, how much you are exporting, how much you are importing from the grid, all that in the nice visualization form you'll be able to see, as well as control with the help of these apps. Uh, Another advantage of this inverter, it is a three-phase hybrid inverter. And the if you check the charging and discharging current parameters of the inverter, you will understand it will allow you particularly fast charging. So you'll be able to use the batteries to its maximum capacity, even when the weather is predictable. So even within few hours, you'll be able to fully charge your batteries, which you can use it later on. Also, because of high discharging power, if you have any three-phase load which will require higher starting current, you'll be able to make use out of that. These are the additional advantages you give it to your customer. One of the biggest advantage that you have is that there is integrated battery backup function in the system. It is integrated. You don't require any automatic transfer switch outside the system, outside the inverter. So it is already inbuilt in the inverter. This inverter, since it combines both PV and batteries, you can use this inverter without batteries as well. And if you want to plan, say after 1 month, if there is any problem for say if you want to design, you first understand the profile and then design the battery and accordingly integrate it afterwards. That is also possible. But if you want to have the battery backup function, definitely you by default require the batteries. Without batteries, you cannot have the battery backup function, definitely. So you get a lot of flexibility. You can you can supply dedicated loads up to 10 kilowatt. If it is three phase, per phase you can go up to 3.3 kilowatt. So if you have all the single phase loads and you have three phase supply, you can segregate your loads on the three phases. It gives you high flexibility. With three phase hybrid inverter, you have two MPPT trackers for inverters up to the 10 kilowatt inverter has 3 strings. Other inverters have 2 strings that you can connect. With high current, you can overload up to 150%, and you can have other PV inverters installed in parallel in combination with this hybrid inverter. So if you have already existing PV system, you can add on this inverter along with the batteries, and you can increase your system capacity. It also gives you flexibility of charging batteries from AC side or DC side. So whatever is the available power, it gives you flexibility to charge and discharge your batteries. There is using 360 app, there is a barcode on the inverter. If you scan that, it takes you through all the commissioning process. It has inbuilt commissioning assistant. You are using 2:1 solution, and that's why it saves space and time, and that's why it's very easy to install and handle. This inverter does not have any rotating parts, so it does not have fan. It operates on the passive cooling, so the chances of failure or the operation and maintenance requirements are very less. And as we talked earlier, you have possibility to have warranty without any additional cost. Just by registering your system, you will get 10-year warranty. If we just check the different what are the power levels available, we have 5 kilowatt, 6, 8 and 10. These are the 4 power levels available with this hybrid inverter. As I mentioned earlier, all these inverters have 2 MPPTs. 10 kilowatt inverter has 3 strings. Other 3 inverters have 2 strings you can connect with this inverter. You can have battery input size, battery input voltage from 150 to 600 volt. Typically, this is designed for high voltage lithium ion batteries. Currently, it is compatible with BYD batteries, the same batteries which Kyle has been explaining to you. So this inverter is compatible with those batteries. And you can see the AC output of the inverter is according to its rated capacity. So 5 kilowatt, 6, 8 or 10. And at backup, you can the continuous backup you can get of full power of 5 kilowatt. If required, it can give you some overloading is also possible in case of backup when you don't have grid support. If you have loads which require very high starting current, you can get, even for 5 kilowatt inverter, you can get as high as 10 kilowatt of current equivalent to 10 kilowatt at 10 for 10 seconds. So whatever loads you have, you will be able to use it. All the residential or small commercial application loads would be able to support by this system. Quickly, I'll just give you overview of what are the possibilities that you have with the system. In the basic system, we are talking about a system which is without backup. So you will have inverter, you have PV connected to it, and you have battery. This will increase your self-consumption, and whatever loads you are connected on the AC side would be supplied. If you want a backup, so in case of grid failure, if you want to have a backup functionality, the dedicated loads will be connected directly to the inverter, which will be supplied in case of grid failure. And in the advanced system, you can have other PV inverters connected in parallel. So you can have other loads. You might have possibility of connecting say EV charger and all that. For first 2 system, you will require SMA energy meter only, apart from the inverter itself. For the advanced system, instead of energy meter, it will be SMA home manager. So this is just the overview what all you can do with the system. In the basic functionality, you will have PV module, you will have a hybrid inverter, you have battery connected to the system, and with the help of only SMA energy meter, you will be able to operate the entire system. Here, the backup is not activated. Currently, as we mentioned, only BYD batteries are compatible with the system. With the backup, you will have additional load which will be supplied in case of power outages. You can segregate your loads into critical and non-critical loads. So for example, over here, these are the critical loads which would be supplied in case of grid failure, while these are the non-critical loads which will be supplied when there is grid power connected. So the PV and batteries are also going to supply to this load but only when there is grid reference available. If grid reference is not available, these will not be supplied, but you will be able to supply entirely for this load, even though there is no grid available. So this is with the backup function, and in the advanced function parallel, you will be able to install additional PV system. If you want, you can add EV charger. You can have, with the help of SMA home manager, you'll be able to control your loads. For example, if you have heat pumps which require control according to the requirement, you can have forecast based charging, you can have grid dynamic curtailment if required, if you want to have zero export. All that is possible with the with this system. So your storage system can be with or without export, or if you want self consumption, it can be like that as well. So it depends upon the local regulations that you have, and accordingly you will be able to configure your system while commissioning itself. There is a short video. I'll just show the video. Do we have 2 minutes time, Kyle? This is the last thing. Can I show the video?
Sure. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, great. All right, that's it for today. If you have any questions later on during the question answer session, I think we'll be able to help you with the questions. I'll hand it over to Kyle again. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Priya, and very impressed by the SMA new inverter. And it seems Patrick has a question. Because he raised his hand for a long time. So can I unmute him and let him to come up with some question?
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Hi, Patrick. You can unmute yourself. Hi, Patrick. Do you have any questions for SMA?
Oh, he removed his hand.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, Upendra.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I would like to know whether this SMA inverter, when it is running on battery backup, whether it can give out three-phase, whether we
Yes.
can run a motor.
Yes, you can. So it can give you three phase up to, for example, if you are using 3 kilowatt inverter, you can use the three phase system. Not a problem.
That means I can run a three-phase motor
Yeah.
with the backup power.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
And guys, if you have any questions, you can chat with Priya in the chat, okay? And send
Yes. Yes.
your question. Yeah.
Sure.
Let me share my screen again. Right. So I'm so impressed by the SMX triple power and this inverter. Our battery, the HVS and the HVM, is only compatible inverter, compatible battery with SMA that inverter. Yep. So I have a question for David. Hi, David. All right. Yeah. So I heard that the Solarhive already got some enough SMA triple power on hand. So if you want to purchase this combo with our battery, so please contact Solarhive. And again, this inverter list, compatible inverter list, can be downloaded on our website. Yep. Yep. Here is some showcase with the SMA. I just collected some showcase with Sunny Boy storage, and here is HVS system. So yeah, these clients use two parallel battery box premium HVS 6.6 to consist of one system, and the inverter choice is SMA Sunny Boy storage. And here's one battery box premium HV series, and use also with SMA Sunny Boy storage. And the low voltage battery, the LVS. So the low voltage battery, the one module of LVS have 4 kilowatt hours usable energy. So the sorry, I just yep. The usable energy of one HVS module is quite higher than other battery modules compared with high voltage battery. Yep. So the parameter of HVS at it's very simple. So 4 kilowatt hours for one module. Yep. And the cell chemistry, we use lithium iron phosphate. Yep. So for one power system, you can have one module, or the maximum is 6 modules in one tower. But if you want to parallel, yeah, the maximum usable energy for one ALVS system is more than 360 kilowatt hours usable energy. So here is the configuration of LVS. So you need to have PDU, the power distribution unit, and the base, and then the module, the LVS module, and then the BMU. So one BMU can take whole LVS system, no matter how many towers you had, no matter how many modules you had. So one BMU will do. And then you need to purchase a cable connector according to the Pacific inverter. So I just took the SMA for example. If your inverter is SMA Sunny Island, so you need to purchase the 70 square millimeter square cable connector from Solarhive. Yeah. Again, please check the configuration list. Also can be downloaded on our website to check which inverter is compatible with our battery. Yeah, for the high voltage battery, the list name is compatible inverter list. But for the low voltage battery, the compatible inverter list name is minimum configuration list, because you can see in this on this list, the first thing you need to check if you want to use the on-grid or the off-grid. So, and one single phase or three phase. And I just take SMA Sunny Island, for example. Let's say Sunny Island 8.0. So you need to purchase at least 3 modules of LVS, right? And the 1 PDU for 1 tower, yeah. If you want to go 3 phase, that you at least to consist of 2 towers. So each tower has 4 modules. Then if you want to go off-grid typical use, you also need to check you want to single phase or 3 phase. Yeah, has the module numbers. Also, all the material can be downloaded on our website. Yep. As some showcase with SMA Sunny Island. Has one battery box, premium LVS 24.0. So the usable energy for the system is also 24 kilowatt hours useful energy. And the location is Australia. And then there is a 3-phase commercial use. So these clients use 6 parallel battery box premium LVS 13. And so they got 96 kilowatt hours useful energy. For this typical use is often used for commercial and small industries. Yep. So I just my conclusion about some common questions that our clients would like to ask. So the first one is how our clients can be benefit from a residential battery. So this is a very interesting question, and this question can be proved how important of the battery system it is. So if you are on-grid users, you can use the battery to do the peak shaving, because you know the at any time in a day, so the electricity commercial consumption is different. So the power company gonna charge more when the consumption is higher, such as let's say 12 a.m. So the price of electricity is much higher than other time slots, right? So at this time slot, for example, from 10 a.m. to let's say 2 p.m., you can power up. You can just use your battery to help you to power your load. Yeah, and then you can save your electricity bill, and can also use for on-grid backup solution. You can have a consistent power supply. Yeah. So if you are off-grid users, you just can use all your own solar energy with the battery box and the inverter and the PV panels. Yeah. So considering of the time that I prepared 6 questions tips for buying a residential storage system, but today's time is limited, so I will send you the this file. This is a very interesting file to you after this webinar. Yeah, please check it. And again, where can I find the some materials about the BYD battery box file? You can also find all the files on our website. It's download. You can tap this tab and you can go to this page. Yeah. Right. Okay. And the last question is how I can monitor my battery system. So the first one, you need to have an app, the mobile app, because be connected 2.0 can be downloaded from Google Play or Android Store. Yeah. Or if you want to go explore more functionality, you also can go PC version. It's because it be Connect Plus. Yeah, to have more function. So have to look our new app to be Connect 2.0. Yeah, so I will show you how to monitor your battery system as a video. So this is our app because we connect 2.0. The first one is allow some data and privacy policy. Yeah, and download the file on your phone. Yeah, then go to Wi-Fi setting. Find the Wi-Fi name begins with BYD. Yeah, such as BYD, this one, and connect with this Wi-Fi. And remember, the Wi-Fi password is BYD B/B box. Yeah. And then successful download the farewell to do the farewell update and wait for another 1 minute. So then to go to configuration. So please choose the, sorry. Yep. So choose the inverter, let's say the SMA, Sunny Boy storage. With our high voltage battery and the battery module quality of the 1 tower. Then on-grade or off-grade, and 1 single phase or 3 phase. And then successful do the configuration. Then you will have some battery information for the SOC, the voltage of the battery, and yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah. So I could like to recommend the 4 channels for you to connect with us. So we have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. For this slide, for these 3 platforms, you can have the latest newsletters from BYD Better Box. And on YouTube, you can find a lot of installation videos that he will vividly demonstrate how to install one battery box system. Yeah. So that's pretty much for our side. And if you have any questions, please put it into the chat. I will check. I will go through all the questions. It seems my colleague Amy has answered all the questions. So I just read some interesting one. So the from Xinhua had wrap up a question is how much is the charge cycle of the BYD battery? So the answer is that we don't write the life cycle on our warranty, and we provide the warranty is 7 plus 3, and totally you got a 10 warranty for the Southeast Asia market. And for after 10 years, you still get 60% retention of your battery system. Yeah. The DOD of our battery is 100%. Yeah. For the BYD battery stock, you can check it with David or Solarhive sales manager. If you want to let us mute yourself, you can raise your hand. Yeah. I say you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay. So SBS 6 coupled with BYD battery at the moment. The problem I'm facing now is that I am charging from the grid sometimes. It's a single phase, but my house is a 3-phase. So I want to make sure that I do not charge from the grid. How can I prevent this?
Let me repeat your question. Your question is you have 3 Sunny Boy storage inverters connected to the grid and you don't want grid to charge your batteries. You want only PV to charge your battery. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
You just have to do settings. You must be having Sunny Home Manager in your system, right?
I have Sunny Home Manager plus an energy meter.
Yes. No. Home Manager. It will be either SMA Data Manager and Energy Meter or SMA Home Manager. Nevertheless, you just have to do settings in the Home Manager.
I understand, but the problem is that because the SPS is a single phase and connected to phase 1, for example, and then the home manager takes the total generation to as the solar, and then somehow I'm actually having more load on the phase 1, and thus phase 2 and phase 3 they are generating more excess. So that's the reason why the home manager is detecting that I have excess solar, but end up I'm charging from the grid on phase 1.
Okay, so you probably will have to basically, first of all, our service team should be able to help you remove the factor that you put instead of 0. You will have to put the negative, however bigger the load you have, that difference you will have to put as a negative set off in your system. That will avoid that.
Okay, let me go and try. Thank you very much.
Yeah, most welcome.
Now, hi guys, do you have any questions? Right, it seems we solved all the questions by the attendees. So thank you all for your time and thank you all for attending our webinar today. And Priya, thanks for your introduction about the SMA new inverter. Yeah, thank you. And again, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting. Thank you, David. Thank you, entire BYD team for inviting. It's nice. It's our pleasure to present and even interact with everyone. Thank you.
Yep. Yep. So I will send this recording and the slide to David, and David will send all the materials to you after this webinar. So thank you. Yeah. Have a good day.